Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever you're watching this in the world. I hope you guys are doing okay. So obviously Combo Breaker has passed now. It was an amazing event. I had a lot of fun watching it. Tekken 8 was the main event, as it should have been, because it was clearly the most hyped game there, at least from what I could see. And there were so many memorable moments in the tournament, a lot of upsets, an overabundance of Jin players. I couldn't believe how many I was seeing. And there was a moment where an individual called Trizzy the Rapper almost eliminated Arslan in the lead up to top 8. And this was one of the most memorable moments in the entire tournament. Now Trizzy had won a game and Arslan had won a game. And in the break leading up to the third game, the final game, the deciding game between their set, Trizzy got some coaching from some friends or some other players. And during this time, Trizzy transformed from Trizzy the Rapper into Trizzy the Clown.
In that situation, it's pure 50-50, right?
Yep.
The Dragonfly 4 is the mid out of there. It's like, all right, well, you can eat the mid or you can eat this grab. One or the other. You have no health. You got to make a choice. Wrong decision. That's all it is. Coin flip at that point. Brazine trying to comfort Arslan a little bit.
Did he bring us some water?
No, he gave some advice and tapped his shoulder and said something, you know?
There we go.
But he saw Sour Piggy there. Oh, damn, he's got the clown nose on. This fool's a clown. He's a Yoshi clown.
This guy, bro. All right.
What a bozo.
You sound offended the way you said that.
And he went on to almost create one of the most memorable moments in Tekken 8, hell, in Tekken's history. Beating Arslan is no easy feat. If anything, it would be the hardest feat at this point. Perfecting Arslan deserves a round of applause. And whilst we were watching it, we were going crazy in the stream chat. We were watching it live, and I couldn't believe what I was seeing. Now, I always find shenanigans like this in the FGC part of the fun. What Trizzy did was either going to launch him into superstardom, or he was going to get memed and called Trizzy the Clown, but all in good fun, not actual disrespectful ways towards Trizzy, because again, he did provide us with some high value entertainment. However, not everybody saw it this way. There is an individual on Twitter, a Pakistani player called the Dark Prince. Now the Dark Prince, as far as I'm aware, is a Kazuya player, good player. Unfortunately, not a very good take on Twitter. I go as far as to say that this is one of the stupidest things you could have tweeted out, and upon tweeting out this absolute shambolic nonsense, some more information was uncovered about the Dark Prince, which we will get into now. So the tweet read, "Most disrespectful moment, Trizzy the Clown's coach gave him clown nose just to make Arslan uncomfortable. This is disrespect at its peak and should not be allowed in tournaments." Then they added Combo Breaker and said the only reason why USA is at bottom because they don't respect their opponents. Now Dark Prince, let me just say this, okay? I can respect you as a player, I can respect how good your Kazuya is, but you must be some level of stupid to tweet this out. As far as I can see, the United States have a lot of amazing Tekken players. A lot of Tekken players that could go on to win EVO one day. I'm fairly confident of that. You've got people like Anakin, you've got people like Joey Fury. Joey Fury was competing with these guys. I can't remember off the top of my head if he made it into top 8 or if it was top 24, but even being in top 24 at this level is insane. So to say that America is at the bottom is obviously nonsense. Now I don't know where they rank on the tier list. Europe is doing very well right now, but that's besides the point. These shenanigans in the FGC and the shenanigans in Tekken have always been there. It doesn't actually have any bearing on a player's skill. So that's a very low IQ take from you. He went on to say, Trizzy the Clown sent back to circus where he belongs. This guy made himself look like a joke by himself. Such disrespect must not be tolerated. These clowns must be banned in future tournaments. Learn to respect your opponent, not disrespect them, or else go to circus where you belong. Now I would say to Combo Breaker, for imbeciles like the Dark Prince, I don't think you should ban them, but I think you should seed them in the hardest road possible going forward for tweeting out some nonsense like this. This is part of the fun. I don't know what the tournaments look like where you play, but this is how things are done in America. If you come over to America, if you come over to the UK or somewhere in Europe, we like to have a little bit of fun, and mind games outside of the game are part of the game. It always has been. I don't know if you guys ever remember, there used to be this thing that people would do, I think they might still do it, where the arcade stick users would have buttons that have no activity, and they would hit the button loud enough to make their opponent think that they've pressed the button, but really they're just standing still. That shit's all allowed. You may not like it, you may not like the shenanigans, you may not like the pop-offs, but it's all allowed. Asking for players to be banned because that's the way we do things here, that's the flavor, that's the culture, that's what we enjoy is ridiculous. If you don't like it, don't go over to the US and don't come over to the UK, because we're going to keep on doing it. And I would encourage everybody now. Obviously, clowning somebody is doing exactly what Trizzy did. We're not talking about putting hands on anyone, but I would encourage anybody to clown the Dark Prince, because clearly he would get very pressed by this. I don't understand why you're glazing Arslan to this level. Arslan didn't even notice, and Arslan went on Twitter to announce that he didn't notice, and he also doesn't care. And obviously Twitter picked up on this. Now, I saw this as he tweeted it, so at the point of me seeing it, it only had about 17,000 views, so it was going somewhat viral. I woke up this morning, it has hundreds of thousands of views, so obviously this has been picked up. But you're going to see in just a moment why it was picked up. You can see here Tetra saying, nah, this is closer to Onisan versus Punko thing, mainly just for fun. Exactly, part of the fun. The Dark Prince then said they took off their shirts like a man, didn't disguise as a clown to make their opponent uncomfortable. And then HZN says it's not that serious, chill out. Like, I don't understand. What are you doing here, Dark Prince? You know how stupid you're making yourself look? Like, you're a grown man. I don't think Tekken 8 is your first Tekken, and so you should be aware of how the FGC works, but if you're not, well, this was a wake-up call for you. Your kind of behavior and your kind of thinking process does not resonate with the rest of us. If you don't like how we do things over here, then don't come. You got people here saying, no cap, it's not that serious, it's other context out here that's way disrespectful than a man putting a clown nose on himself. If anything, it makes him look like a clown. I've seen guys take their shirts off, etc. Abdullah says it's not that deep, just some banter, chill the F out. Matteo says if you're serious you should seek help. I completely agree with Matteo. Meek says do us a favor and shut the F up, because players are there to play but also have to have fun, and if you don't like players being themselves, then never come to an event. Completely agree. Now this is where things pick up, because not only did the Dark Prince have a terrible take with his outlandish tweet, but people uncovered some messages from him on Discord being racist. Now this is perfect, because I did a video on Michael Murray the other day saying what Michael Murray did was not that deep, because Michael Murray is quoting what somebody said to him rather than being outright racist. It's not like he's a white man walking up to black men calling them the N-word. This is very different, and the reason I make that distinction is because there were some people saying that I am on a plantation and I've been taken over by the white man, and some stupid comments. I can't remember what all of them were, but if you can't really make the distinction between what I'm about to show you now and what Michael Murray did, then I can't really do anything for you. That's on you. Anyway, Trizzy the rapper's coach tweets out and he says, hey man, I'm his coach. I gave him the clown nose per his request. It was all in good nature and fun. Arslan also did not mind the joke. Now hold my nuts and worry about not being a racist instead, you stupid fuck. And then you've got a screenshot there and you can clearly see the Dark Prince saying, cause I wanted to play with you, but you are a whiny bitch ass. And then he drops the hard R. You didn't even hit the soft A, mate. You hit the hard R. Now I don't want to make this into something it's not, but maybe you're going so hard on Trizzy the rapper because he's black. I don't know. I'm only making assumptions here. I'm not making any claims. But I don't understand why this would have upset you that much when clearly everybody in the FGC knows it's for some dumb fun and Trizzy was not being disrespectful. At the end of it, they shook hands. It was all blessed.
Countering! He's looking like a clown! Arslan Ash is staying alive in the tournament!
Arslan Ash having to fight his way all the way back from getting perfect into 3 rounds straight to take out Trizzy the Clown, bro.
Trizzy the Clown?
Gotta call him that. Yeah, that's what he was at that time.
Man.
Trizzy the Clown, bro.
Why'd he put the damn nose on, bro? He was doing so good until then. Arslan Ash was sweating though.
And it makes me wonder that, because who talks like that? Apparently you're not talking to friends there either. And clearly whoever leaked this is not your friend. And you dropped the hard R. So maybe before you start tweeting out dumb shit, clean your closet out first. And obviously more and more people have picked up on this. People are retweeting it. You can see here. It's been picked up by Twitter and the mentions and the quote tweets are just picking up. And he deserves it, to be honest with you, because you're calling for the ban of a player that was just having some fun. The Shogun here says you can't be expecting to be taken seriously in any capacity on respect with this on your record. Please shut your whore mouth. That's true, you know, if you're talking about disrespecting players, dropping the hard R on people when you are not a black man is a bit insane. Mookshima says, before it gets more out of proportion, you should delete this and think about your words before talking blindly. Trizzy is one of the coolest, humblest individuals. Stop this narrative and worry about the skeletons in your closet. What an effing weirdo. The tournament was very fun. It's okay to admit you drowned in pools. Maybe Trizzy's the one that knocked him out of the tournament. He's just very salty. Lo, you sound like a whole bitch, because even Arslan said he didn't even notice. Trizzy because he was locked in and still smile after the fact. Smack talk is a skill. Hey says, shut the F up, you racist ass motherfucker. joker. And then Cut Western says, oh, you thought you were about to eat with this? Should have kept your musty ass mouth shut. Deodorant man finna come for your dirty ass now. So he's obviously been dragged for this tweet. Now I'm not saying people can't tweet out how they feel, but maybe think before you tweet, especially when you have skeletons in your closet. It's not a good look to be doing those sort of things, and now you look even more stupid. Now the thing is that Dark Prince is a good player. I imagine if he came to more tournaments he might do fairly well at some point, but you're not going to have a great time in the community now that people know how you talk behind closed doors and how you perceive respect on stage. Now let me give you some advice, Dark Prince. I don't mean this to sound condescending, but clearly you don't know left from right. If you're competing in the States, if you're competing over here in Europe, this is how we do things. Take the stick out of your bum, stop being a little prude. Arslan Ash is not going to pay your rent. Get off your high horse and accept that this is part of the culture, it's part of the fun. Now we were calling Trizzy a clown on stream when he lost, but it's part of the fun. He put the clown nose on and then he got beat.
Sour Piggy there. Oh damn, he's got the clown nose on.
Why?
He's a Yoshi clown.
This guy, bro.
Why Trizzy? Why have you done this?
What a bozo.
You sound offended the way you
Why have you done this?
What a bozo, bro.
Because if Arslan beats you now, you're the clown.
My opponent put on a clown nose while they're beating me or tying up the set. I can't lose that set. If I'm Arslan right now,
Arslan's gonna tap into God Aura now to not lose this.
Oh
Oh my god, if Arslan loses to somebody with a clown nose on, then the internet will never let it lie. Oh no. Oh dear. It's only cringe if he loses. If he loses, I mean if he wins.
Oh my goodness, Arslan's, he's looking a little shook right now.
The layers are getting to him right now.
Arslan is stressed.
If not having a good round,
Arslan is stressed. He's fucking stressed. He's stressed. Arslan, Arslan, your Twitter's gonna look a bit mad in the morning if you don't win this. But Trizzy the person, Trizzy the human being, is obviously not a clown. I don't know the man. He was just providing us with some entertainment. And it was one of the most entertaining parts. And Trizzy almost did the unthinkable. He perfected Arslan and almost won the match. He made a couple of mistakes that cost him. Unfortunately in Tekken 8, when you make a couple of mistakes, your whole life bar disappears. But he could have knocked Arslan out of the tournament. So shout outs to Trizzy. It was an awesome moment. Probably gonna go down as one of the most memorable moments of this year, not just with Combo Breaker. And for anybody else that thinks like the Dark Prince, listen, it's a video game. We're all here to have a little bit of fun. Trizzy didn't put his hands on Arslan. He didn't get in Arslan's way. We've seen much worse in the fighting game community and much more egregious displays whilst people are playing a game. So I don't know why you've got your knickers in a twist, mate, but you need to relax. As of this point, and as of this recording, the tweet is just blowing up. I'm surprised he's kept it up at this point, but it is what it is. You've made yourself look stupid. You've immortalized yourself on the Hall of Shame, and I don't feel sorry for you. Maybe think before tweeting next time, and try to not drop the hard R. Just a little word of advice. Anyways guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. Have a wonderful day. Take care and peace.